Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Rebels, Season 4. Thank you. Episodes 5 and 6, The Occupation and Flight of the Defender. I'm your host, Cleo, and with me I have John and Sam.
Trapped in this box again.
Yeah. With me forever.
Great.
Yeah, so we start off with like an Ezra dream. They don't show it though, right? He just wakes up and explains it. But Ezra's like sort of seen the future before too.
Yeah, but that was only through the Jedi crystals and the
Right.
Sith crystals, so or the holocrons rather. So I don't know. He's I can see the future.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we know seeing the future is unreliable when it comes to the Force and Jedis.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's unreliable. It's unreliable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Kanan's just like, you're just having anxiety about not, helping and stuff. And he's like, no, I it's real.
Well,
You kind of was right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Lothal is not what it used to be.
The freaking
No.
sky was on fire.
No, it
Yeah.
it didn't look like Lothal. Even from far away,
No, yeah, from orbit.
No,
because even in the previews, I didn't know that was Lothal.
I was
I had
like,
no idea.
Me neither.
So, before like the season even started, it was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is where we're at.
Yeah.
yeah.
But they get a transmission from Ryder.
Mhm.
And Mon Mothma's like, you know what? It's time. You guys go help.
Also, TIE Defender was really the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was like a double reason to go help.
I think that's the reason why she okayed it, because she's
Yes,
like, oh, that
absolutely.
sounds scary.
Absolutely.
Let's get rid of that.
Let's work on that.
Work
one.
on that one.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'm pretty sure if the Empire just funneled their stupid Death Star money and made that TIE Defender money, they probably would have won.
Yeah. Well, who wants a bunch of little ships when you have a fucking star?
A space station that has one gun that can destroy a planet once in a
Yes.
while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
And it's no either.
Seems more reasonable than having fighters that don't, blow up like they're made
Die.
out of tissue paper.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
design a cockpit you can see out of. Just a thought.
Wings that don't get in the way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I can't see. Yeah.
But Ezra makes it clear he's gonna, no matter what, he's gonna stay and help on Lothal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Hera's like, we all work together, we're all going together. I love that she leaves Callus and Rex in charge of the Ghost, and they're like arguing over who's actually in command.
She was talking
I
to me.
know.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, but who actually did such and such and such? And it's like, exactly. That's why I should be doing this.
Yeah, I commanded a Star Destroyer.
Yes, exactly.
My point, exactly.
Exactly.
You have no idea how to command a small ship. Like, it's just us. I got this.
Yeah.
And Callus is kind of like, you got a point.
Yeah. all right.
Yeah. Well, it's cute because Callus can find. It's in that moment. It's a couple things, but for me, I was just like, okay. I feel like Rex is always finding a readjustment to like his surroundings and what he's got to do and fit himself in. But Callus definitely has that like tenfold, so he's got to understand kind of what his place is and certain things and stuff like that. And he wants to be important, so I thought that was kind of but it was a cute moment because it's like, yeah, who knows this though?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So
And he just without a word gets up and switches chairs.
Sitting there
It's
just
like, okay.
Oh, all right.
yeah.
Okay. There was a little bit of I won't say it, measurements going on there, but that's fine. It's okay. They're boys.
Yeah.
They do it. It's gonna happen. So.
2 grizzled war veterans just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a polite way of putting it. But yes, no, I agree. So.
And I love Rex joking about Zeb's face. It's like, at least yours is unique. What is that, clone humor?
I know. That was great. Oh, I was laughing so hard with that. It's just like, Jesus.
That was so
I thought
funny.
that was very funny.
Those poor little pigs. Like, what the hell?
Oh,
The puffer pigs. Oh my god, they were so cute.
They're so cute. I'm like, oh, you're gonna, and they're like, oh, I got an idea. I'm like, you're gonna terrify them all, so they puff up to a million things. I was like, okay, fine.
And they just like float around.
They're like less effectual blowfish. Like, I
No.
just don't understand them.
They're
And
like,
I know. I was like, what? I was like, why do these things get so many credits? I don't get it. But yeah, anyway.
they remind me of like the fainting goats. Like they puff up out of like instinct when they're afraid, but like how does that offer them much protection?
Well,
like
maybe
the fainting
because
goats.
they look
like,
bigger, so predators are scared of them.
maybe. But it renders them
I don't know.
incapable of doing anything. Like they can't really run
Can
away
they-
when they're blown up.
Yeah, they're
Bye.
probably an endangered species, and that's why they're so expensive, because
Probably.
they are,
Okay.
I would
like,
imagine so.
I guess, easier to kill than bison.
Ugh.
I just,
It
I don't
seriously,
understand.
it seriously reminds me of the fainting goats. It's like you were like this close to having a good defense mechanism.
Like a solid adaptation, and
you-
this, you just, genetics just screwed you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
They are
Sorry.
adorable though. I don't. No wonder they're worth a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Vizago's just like my preciousness of pigs. He's so funny.
Also, we
Aw.
haven't seen Vizago in a very long time.
Yeah. I
No,
almost
I
didn't recognize
even
him.
remember. I was like, wait a minute. I couldn't remember for the life of me, and I'm like, oh, that's right. Okay.
So,
So
the funny thing is, the only reason I really remember him is because I have his ship for the game X-Wing, and it's like this big, this many.
This many.
It's about the same size as the Tantive that I have.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bigger ship for X-Wing, and
Huh.
it's that exact ship. And I was really glad to see it in the show because I'm like, oh, that's where they got it from. Okay, they didn't just make it up. So that was cool. And he's one of the cards you get with it. You can use him for like the Scum faction and that. But anyway, I remembered who he was just because of that stupid thing. So I'm like, oh right, this guy. Because I don't think I've seen him since like season 1.
I was gonna say I do not. Yeah, exactly. They've dealt with Hondo a couple times. Also,
Yeah.
kind of slimy, slippery between your finger. Not like very credible. So like,
Yeah.
but he's from Clone Wars, so like I'm remembering that. But like, I did not remember this guy at all. Not at all. I was like, oh, but then it came back to me. I was like, oh God,
Yeah, Hondo says he's a legitimate businessman.
he does. Hey,
Of course, Hondo would say that.
Well,
Of course
at least
he would
he's
say
more
that.
competent
Eh.
than Hondo.
Eh.
I mean, he is. He got them in.
He did. They got searched, but yeah.
I was gonna say they
It's
didn't know
gonna
they were gonna get boarded though. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, he may not have known the level of scanning that they have because every time he's done a smuggling mission, it probably was just him. So they're, they're not, if they scan heat signatures, they're going to go, all right, there's the pilot, let's not let him through.
there's
So-
more people on there. What?
Yeah. So that's why honestly, I don't think any of them knew about the heat signature scanning capabilities that they had.
Yeah, no,
So-
that definitely seemed to catch even Hera by surprise. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, God,
So
new thing.
that's why I was going to say, like, that's why I said he's more competent because, like, he's clearly been smuggling into Lothal
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Hondo's also got like a running gun style. He's just like, we'll figure it out, you know?
But those
Yeah.
thing up really by mistake, it was all part of the plan. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Every mistake is just part of the plan for Hondo.
Perfect.
And before we move on to the rest of this episode, Sabine changed her hair. So I'm guessing some time has passed because it's not the white anymore; it's all dark purple.
Okay.
And she slightly changed the colors on her armor
On her
as
arm.
well. So I guess some
Okay.
time has passed between.
Yeah.
Because when we first, you mentioned her hair hadn't changed last time. And it kind of seemed like we rolled from last season right into the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So I guess there was a bit of a break in time between
Probably.
4 and 5.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, so Lethal's fucked, and they land, they obviously get away from the troopers that are inspecting the ship, and they
With bouncy pig defense measures.
just very smart, because it's like extra heat signatures. Oh, it's just these stupid pigs.
Look at all these pigs.
What? What are
Still
these pigs?
technically kind of contraband, so Vizago's in trouble, but,
I'm sure he'll weasel out of it. Kanan said that, I think, too. He's like, oh, he'll be fine. He always gets out of trouble.
Yeah.
But they immediately split up, and I'm like, oh, God. I always get so nervous when, they split up.
A group of 5 or 6 people, walking around on Lothal together is not going to look good.
No. Well, a group of anybody, because it was there, as we find out pretty quickly, there was a curfew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which, interesting, I'm just going to say this as an aside, because it made my ears perk up at that, but, I haven't read enough of it, but reading, the Ahsoka novel, when she's kind of in hiding, and I don't remember the time frame exactly. I mean, it's much earlier than any of what this took place, because it's in between, when she left the Jedi Order, which is Clone Wars, and then, onto Rebels, but a lot of the places that she went to where there was Imperial occupation, just like there is on Lothal, there's a curfew involved, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how this is. And so for me, I was expecting it, because I'm that was the mindset that they instilled as I'm reading that novel. I'm like, oh, so that's a thing. Okay, got it. And but I thought they did a good job of instilling that here. The fact that Ezra and Sabine are expecting to go to Joe's and get news or knowledge or whatever, and they're like, wait, this is not the same place. It's totally different. And
Reno Joe.
We have nowhere to go, and this is not safe, and they're gonna figure us out, and there's we shouldn't be in here, basically. And I was like, oh God, and it's very, very changed, which they knew when they landed, but it's just that's a smack in the face kind of thing.
Yeah, because Ezra kept saying, he was like, if anything's still anti-Imperial, if anything's still a staple in Lothal, it's Old Joe.
Yeah.
There ain't no Old Joe.
Ain't no Old Joe no more.
They killed Old Joe.
Yep. Yeah, and they walk into this bar, and they're playing the Imperial Death March. It's just the Vader's theme music. It's like, oh my God, that was really freaky when they walked in, and that was just
bar to walk into.
And that was just the music playing in the bar. It's just like, oh, turn around slowly.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I think, and again, what I just liked about it is that it was again, but it played well into what they were trying to do in the dynamic of this episode. Is again, it was Sabine and Ezra by themselves, and they got kind of stuck, and they're like, oh wait, what do we do? And they kind of have to just play on the seat of their pants, but it worked out. But yeah, it was they go down, and they're like, oh, this is not what we thought, and what do we do now? But the two of them, having done so much, always have something up their sleeve, so it worked out. But it was a close call, nonetheless.
Yeah, it was. They would have been screwed if it wasn't for Jai Kell.
Right.
Who, as the first line he said, I was like, wait, I know that voice. Because that's Dante Bosco, who plays Zuko. And then I remember, I was like, wait, he's been on the show before. Oh, wait, I remember. And he says he was in the Imperial Academy when Ezra was doing his stuff. So I was like, oh, now I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool to see him again. He didn't have as much of the role. I mean, he showed up and helped them, and then they escaped together, but that was kind of it once they met up with Ryder.
But hey.
Yeah.
At least they had a friend.
Yeah. That's a say to me. Well, I mean, and he got them out of there. It's they had to play oh wait, we backed ourselves into a corner. Wait, how do we get out of here? He gave them passage out of there, and then it almost went to crap, but they got out ultimately.
Yeah. They went in through the sewers, and I love the troopers looked to like the bartender who was, I guess was like some famous pilot or something.
Yeah, Valen Rudor.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Test pilot for the TIE Advance prototype.
Okay. Have we seen him in the show? Or
Yeah.
we have. Okay.
The Ghost shot him down.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I remember
Is
now.
is he the same guy later on when he approaches Thrawn? I know we'll get to that, but is it that?
No,
the
I
same guy?
think that's the guy
That's
who
different.
was.
That's another guy, right?
Yes, I think he was Sabine's teacher when she got Wedge out of the academy.
Mm-hmm.
That was him,
Okay,
right?
all right.
Okay, I
I
thought
know
so.
I'm
'cause
getting
it looked-
ahead of myself there, but he specifically introduces himself as well as him, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I
yeah.
do not know who these people are. Damn, I'm supposed to know. Don't know who they are. Okay, my bad.
Mhm.
Sorry, I don't keep track of Imperial.
Yeah, I
stuff.
didn't remember this guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Did you know this hatch was open?" He's like, "I had no idea. Why would I why would I go down into the sewers? Why would I bother to check?" Like,
I'm an ace pilot. I don't
Yeah,
do
it's
those
like-
things.
I don't do these.
this is
things.
my first time tending bar. If you couldn't tell.
What do you mean I'm supposed to get a tip? They do that?
Yeah. Oh, I skipped over Kanan and Hera's
Almost smooch.
almost smooch.
Oh, their almost moment. Listen, you know what? I was really mad about that because I was like, you are so I just was sitting there going, you're doing this on purpose. I know it. Like,
Yeah.
like I just felt like it felt, because it's always been lingering there and we know what they mean to one another, and I felt like that was a little bit forced. But I think it, and I'm not like criticizing it. It's forced in the sense of like, this is the 4th season. We need to be doing these things now as writers and, directors, whatever. And like in the show. And I was like, that's the only reason why it was like kind of going, ugh, you guys are doing this on purpose for these two characters because you need to have them come to some kind of conclusion and also have the audience be like, ah. But that whole thing just made me mad. So that's just me being like extra about it. But I'm like, no, it's just, it's not that I disliked it, but I felt like it was too obvious for these two characters to have a very, very deep understanding of one another. And it felt almost like you're taking that deep understanding and like almost cheapening it for the broader audience of like, no, we need to resolve this issue, so let's do it in this sense. And I didn't like that personally. I didn't like really detest it or anything. I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's a kids show. But I was like, oh, come on, they deserve better than this. And also, these are more intelligent, characters. I don't know. I was a little bit bothered by it. So this is just me talking way too much about it. I have all the feelings about it.
I think that's legitimate thing to bring up, and I honestly think Hera would have kissed him back if they didn't get the call from Zeb. It's like, Zeb, you cock blocked him. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I think that's what made me upset about that moment. Is like, oh, they almost kissed. They would have kissed. I'm like, no, they wouldn't. Like, that's not who they are. They like
They
got.
would.
They would. No,
What are you,
I
nuts?
think 100% Hera
They
would have kissed
absolutely
him
would have kissed.
if they didn't
But
get a
that's
call.
what made
Yeah.
me mad. It felt like it was cheapening a moment between the two of them, where it's like I don't know. They were
Well,
turning it into something that
no,
was like
no,
more
but-
like, oh, let's make this for shock and awe. And I was like, no,
No, that's not what
they
they
could
did.
have a moment, but like, no.
No, see, I'm the opposite, because they had that conversation beforehand that justified all of it, I think. Because
No,
like Kanan
the
said, I wish I could see you.
Also,
And-
that conversation was also shock and awe. Like, oh, let's bring this up again because we need to bring
No,
this up.
I don't think that's again. They never spoke about him being blind. We've never seen him
Yeah.
talk about it.
Openly.
So no, he came home to her blind, but he never really said to her I don't think he's ever said that to her before, that he wishes to see her again. Like, I don't think that's ever happened. So I think that was actually really
No, I did
nice.
like that.
I thought
I did like that because I'm like, no, if anybody can see clearly, like I get that.
Well,
No, I did feel.
yeah.
I did.
and you know, when
like-
she was basically saying, like, you've always been able to see me, like, she's basically telling him, like, you know me better than anybody, like, you know, you don't have to worry about it, basically.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that really only came up because Kanan's probably thinking a lot about it. Because they've been
Right.
apart. They've like been forced to be apart because of separate missions. And
Yeah.
when he radioed home to her, was it episode 1 of
Yeah.
this season or something?
Yeah, it was the first one.
He was kind of talking about how like he missed her too.
Well, and you noticed that there was a hologram, right? Which is stupid because Kanan doesn't need a hologram. Which I know, I get. But hold on, there's a reason for that.
Okay,
It's because
alright.
Hera
It's
wanted to see him.
Oh,
Think
you
about it
kidding
that
me?
way.
I'm blind.
So Hera wanted to see him. It's not because Kanan needs a hologram. It's a two-way thing. So Hera wants to see him because she hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
So when you start, they were building up to this. They just didn't make it that obvious. That's why I think it's okay. You know what I mean?
That's fine. That's fine. I think it's because in my mind, it's been there all along, very, very there. And I feel like the fact that they're trying to make it a little more at the forefront, which they probably should because they are going to wrap up the show. It just feels like they're doing it just a little clumsy, not totally clumsily, but I wish they could done it a little bit better. So that's why I'm like, they're just like, it feels like a little bit like too obvious punch in the face thing. But again, it's like, it's a show meant, it's essentially a show meant for kids.
Yeah,
so like,
because
you have to do it to get the point across. So,
it's just
but
like,
I'm like, I was like, oh, darn it. I was like, yeah, well, it goes back to those episodes where, like, you know, it's like, you know, Champ Syndulla and he's there and then Kanan is super awkward and it's like, oh, blah, 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 like, this is my boyfriend kind of thing.
Yeah, meeting her
Just
father.
like super awkward and unnecessary. I was like, guys, I expect more from you.
So no, that was super necessary.
No, I needed
that was
that.
super necessary.
I don't know what you're talking about. I absolutely needed that in my life.
I mean, it was funny, but I
Oh,
just
yeah.
was like, wait a minute, this is so. I mean, to that point though, you're right, Christina. It's really good comedic relief. So I was like, all right. But like, what I'm like struck by is that in the show, for me, that so much between the two of them is unspoken in the way that it's just there. So if they need to make anything very, very blatant, I'm like, well, you're not doing a justice to the characters or the dialogue or anything. But for people, because again, it is like meant for younger people, they need to make the point as clear as they can without beating your head, beating
Yeah,
your over the head.
it's also, there's only so long you can stand things being unspoken.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think
Uh,
Kanan's getting to that point.
And it either explodes or like you start talking about it.
Well, that's the
Right.
thing. Either they drift apart,
Yeah.
and they never, and this unspoken thing just dissipates, or they address it and it turns into something real, because
Yeah.
and they have to. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure both of them realize at this point their survival is not guaranteed. Let's be real.
Right.
You know, like they're going on more and more dangerous missions. Things between the rebels and the Empire are ramping up. There's a pretty good chance one of them may not make it. We know, obviously,
Hera's got plot armor.
Hera's got plot armor all the way through Return of the Jedi, so she's fine. Because they just released a short
Oh,
with
I
her
heard.
on Endor.
I did hear about
So
that.
she's on Endor. So she's got plot armor for the whole thing.
Just
So
like
she-
Rex.
Right, and Rex too. So
Rex is good.
and Chopper, we assume, is probably fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, technically everybody else we don't know. Fine. But just in their minds, they don't know. They
Yeah,
might not
no.
even, they don't know if they were going to make it off of Lothal. So, like, at some point, I understand, like, it's more elegant in some sense to keep it, you know, mysterious and unspoken and just sort of, like, let it kind of exist in that cloud of, like, will they or won't they, and we're never going to see it. But, I don't know. I think it'll make... I think it makes their relationship more beautiful to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's and for them to talk about it, honestly.
No,
because
absolutely.
They
Um,
this whole like
They deserve better.
it just would bother me if they didn't talk about it. That's the thing. If they just let this
Yeah.
go and the season ended and was like, well,
What happened?
what the fuck? All right, fine, Filoni, you douche.
maybe I like you. I don't know if I like you or not. No, I agree with that. I think the problem for me is like I think it's already done and said, and it's there. And it's like hovering right there. It's like let's pretend like there's this push pull. No, there is no push pull. It's there. It's very very clear that it's there, and it's always been there. and I feel like that's why I feel like they're not doing as I get mad because I feel like they're like, let's make this super obvious now. That's why I don't like it. Because it's always been there. That's why I'm like kind of upset. I was like, it's always been there. It's always been there. Why are you making it so obvious and like cheapening the moment? Why are you doing that? That's my only thing. That's my only thing. So
Oh.
But they're doing that because the 13-year-olds can catch on and move along. Anyway, I'm sure we've harped on this for way too long. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean it's just another like we're coming to a close, kids, and it hurts a little.
Wrap it up, boys.
Wrap it up,
Wrap
boys.
it up,
Yeah.
boys.
Does. Oh
They're
my
spinning
god.
the towel. Show's
But you
over.
know what? Anything to do with the two of them, I'm just like, stop it. I cannot.
yeah,
Just stop. It just makes me want to cry.
I lose it.
I lose it too. I'm like, oh, something bad might happen. I'm like, no. No. You
No,
can't.
stop. Don't think about the bad stuff. Let's talk about the Loth cats, the fucking cutest things
Oh
ever.
my god, they're the best thing ever. I'm sorry. They made me so excited. I'm so sorry.
They're like their whole stealth
They're like,
observing
hi.
mission, and the cats are just crawling on them, purring, and I'm just like,
I know.
want
Of course, they're crawling all over Zeb. And he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. They're all like, oh, but you look like us. Great. You're furry.
Yeah,
I like you best.
He's got stripes like them too.
I'm like,
That's a good
oh
point. I
my
never thought
God.
of that.
He's just us, but big.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought of that because they were crowding around him. They were crowding around Ezra too, though, and I was like, what? I can't help if they help if they like me. But it was the white Loth cat specifically. I was like, oh, and it's and just like I'm jumping forward a little bit, but Ezra says,
boy.
follow the white Loth cat. I'm like follow the white rabbit. I get it. Thanks, Dave Filoni. Got it. I like it. I like it. So. Oh my goodness. Oh, another quick thing, and I can't remember this guy's name, and I should, but for the Loth Cats, the sound is made by his cats, his own personal cats. He's like a sound engineer with, with Disney, with Lucasfilm. And apparently then the sound of his other cat, the purr, they used it for Kylo Ren's lightsaber like sound effect. I was like,
That I heard,
really
yeah.
funny.
yes. I was like, I love this idea. This is
did know
fabulous. So I was like, a Loth cat and a lightsaber. I'm so happy with this
There you
knowledge. Great.
So those
This
are some
is
famous
Gotta
ass
reuse
cats.
those assets, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Save that money.
Yes.
No, that reminds me of Lord of the Rings. The Ringwraiths is actually one of the writers who was sick, and they just had her scream.
Oh, that's
There you go.
great.
Yeah. Love that. Anyway, oh my god, those cats are so cute.
They are so cute. I want one. They sold one at Star Wars Celebration 2 years ago, and I was like, I want one.
No
I probably could go
way.
find one.
Oh,
Yeah, no, they were like a thing. They were like one of the exclusives at like Star Wars Celebration 2016 in London. I'm like,
yeah.
I still want a Loth cat. I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna go find it on.
Etsy.
right
oh god,
now.
I would freaking love that. I gotta look that up later.
I'll look it up right now.
So they're watching, the I was gonna call it a helipad, but what the airbase? Help me out.
Airfield.
Airfield. There we
There you
go.
go.
That's the one.
There it is.
They're watching the airfield.
Fun.
They see the Defender, which is fast as
Well,
shit.
they first don't see the Defender.
that's
It's like,
true.
it's not real. It's like,
Yeah,
no, Zeb, it's
It's
real.
not fair.
They just see interceptors and TIE fighters, and then it's like, oh, that's
The
new.
fastest thing we've ever
Oh,
seen.
those things.
Yeah,
It's
it's fast.
a fast boy.
Yeah, it's fast boy.
A maneuverable boy. It is both boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's got more shields, and it's got heavier lasers, and it's got missiles.
and it's got a hyperdrive.
And I was just gonna say hyperdrive.
And so they record it, and they're like, "Let's get out of here." And Sabine's like, "I'm gonna get the flight computer." I'm like,
good.
"That's a bad
I like
idea."
how it's
And
like,
Ryder's
I'm
like,
gonna get
that's a bad
into
idea.
they do it. I watched the
mean-
episode, and I'm still like, how did they do that?
How? But how?
Well, just like, Sabine's like, just distract Thrawn. It's like,
Distract
It's fine.
Thrawn? Like, who are you?
Well, no. It doesn't even get to that though, because she's like, "Oh, just make me a distraction. I'll go get it.
Well,
It's
the Loth
fine."
Cats
And
do a
then
good job
when
of
he
that.
lands, you're like, I was like, when they show like a Tridarian shuttle like landing, I'm like, fuck, who is that? I'm like, it's probably Thrawn.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck, it is. What do we do? Oh shit! And then they're like, yeah, they're trying to do that. I was like, and Sabine's like, it's fine. I can get it out. It's fine. I was like, Jesus Christ, we need to get out of here. It's bad news.
Yeah.
and then stumbles his way with the help of Lothcats to victory.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh my god. That was, again, we were talking about the Lothcats, but it's like, they're sitting there like, we need a distraction. The cat's like, don't worry, we got this. We'll be right back. And I'm like, and it's like, and they lunge right into the face of the stormtroopers. The stormtroopers like, hey!
And it's not
Running
even that.
after
Not
them.
even that, you know.
And he's like, I like those cats.
Because they could
They're
have chased the
great.
cats
I'm like,
away and continued
yes.
to guard. But they had to chase the cats up a
For
fucking
like
mountain.
4 miles.
About 4 miles up a fucking mountain. I'm like, how? They abandoned
That's
their
why they're
post,
fucking it.
abandoned their detail.
You are
when they
bad
heard,
at your job.
When they heard shooting and stuff, they didn't go back. They kept following these cats.
And-
It's just
And he's like, number 37, should we go back? Because I think they're shooting at the base. No, 46.
no, cats.
Are you fucking kidding me? This cat disrespected me.
They
You
reminded
think
me.
this is?
They reminded me of
They love
Griffin Simmons from Red vs. Blue. Like they
Oh, yeah.
their banter was exactly like that. And I'm like, oh my god,
Oh, it was just
perfect.
A+ job, fellas. Well, they do basically recruit anyone to be a
Gonna get
stormtrooper.
court-martialed like that.
Yeah. I mean,
They abandoned their post like hardcore.
They're like, they're like, those cats, damn.
Yeah,
Darn that cat, let me go get it. I'm like, oh,
not even
that's
a good
great.
reason either.
And you know what? You kind of knew it. I mean, again, I like the way that they set that up in the sense of like they followed them from the beginning when they're like spying from a distance, and then when Sabine and Ezra moved down to like actually go in, I'm like, the cats are still fun. I was like, the cats are gonna help them out. Just you watch. I don't know how, but they're gonna help them out. And then when they do that, I was like, yes, yes, this is great. I'm loving this.
There's also that dog.
Oh my god, when Ezra was
Oh.
staring at the Loth Wolf,
The Lothwolf, I was like, woo!
I was like,
Oh.
puppy.
No, I was like, wolf. I was like, wolf. Dave Filoni has wanted a wolf in here forever. So I was like, yes, there it is. And then when Ezra says there hasn't been one in like 100 years or something, I was like,
Yeah.
they're like legends, are they? And
Yeah.
I thought that was super cool. And it's like this big, huge wolf. It's like really big. I thought it was so beautiful and cool. It's like, I loved it.
And it
Loved
like it kind of speaks,
Well, they're force sensitive.
it does kind of speak.
but when
It
he
can hypnotize and
breathed
put
on
people to sleep. 'Cause
Sabine,
It came up to Sabine, and it said Sabine, and she just went to sleep.
Oh, I
I was like,
thought-
oh shit.
I thought it said sleep,
Maybe it did say sleep. I don't know. You know what?
and because he says
Uh-huh.
something later to Ezra, and it sounds like he says doom.
Yeah, I don't know if it's our language. I don't know if they speak basic.
They speak. Is
I
that
don't
what
know.
It's called in Star
Okay.
Wars, yeah.
I was gonna say common, but yeah, same
don't-
Common
premise.
I think it's their
You
own
know what?
language.
Christina, to be fair, I get those confused previously. I was like, wait, I need to keep this straight in my head. Common is D&D.
Yes,
Basic is Star Wars.
common is D&D and a lot of those fantasy RPGs use common.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
medieval. I was gonna say basic is Star Wars, at
Yeah.
least for that, and then there's other languages.
It's also I was gonna say it's also a computer programming language.
I didn't get the impression
You
that the
speak
wolf was
basic?
speaking their language. I think he was just speaking its own
Yeah.
language.
Okay, it
Like,
could have been.
it's also a wolf, and like you'd think wolves shouldn't talk, but I
This one
watched in
clearly
Rebels
does.
Recon that they are force sensitive wolves as well.
That
so.
makes sense, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool! Yeah.
It definitely reminds me of the Bendu a little.
Yeah,
But
they're
no, I was
kind of
gonna
like.
say
I mean, not
they're
like that
sensitive
pronounced.
animals.
Yeah. But
But-
to a
Well,
degree.
because we're talking. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
He,
No, go ahead.
He breathed at Sabine and he knocked her out. So I'm assuming
Yeah, he did. He was like, which
bad breath.
I mean, that in itself I thought was not only cool, but that was borrowing from like I felt like a little bit of like, anything like Greek or older mythology where
Yes.
like it can breathe and it has that kind of power to do that. But the fact that it is a force sensitive wolf and like we're getting into animals who are force sensitive, we think of the Bendu, we think of like force, those parts of the force. So it's like, it's not just people or humanoids or anyone who can tap into it. There's other parts of it. So I thought that was super cool. I was like, yes, this is so cool.
It's really funny you say Greek mythology because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happens in A Midsummer's Night Dream. I think like Pucker, the great fairy, like breathes on the.
It breathes on you. There's another.
Kids.
I can't think of it right now, but there's another one. Oh no! Oh my God, Chronicles of Narnia, which is supposed to be like more Christian kind of allegory, more or less. But when Aslan breathes on you, he breathes life back into you.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's supposed to be, Jesus, but as the lion, he breathes and he breathes life into you. It's the same idea. So I was like, oh snap! Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Back a little bit to Thrawn, because now that I don't think that they could have gotten away otherwise, but because it was Thrawn is like, no, wait. We can learn from this. Mm-hmm. So, like, they didn't get shot down as hard as if, Thrawn wasn't there. Because they would have just initiated the shutdown thing without even thinking. The kill switch without even thinking.
No. And they do more to make sure that, like, Thrawn's, like, he's standing there as they're flying point blank at him. He's, like, just bang, bang,
Shoots
bang.
at her with a fucking handgun. It's
there.
like...
He's just standing straight there. He's like, no.
I was really hoping he'd just pull a dagger out and just jump on it and just start stabbing the spaceship.
Exactly.
Drive me closer.
What? He is a madman.
I want to hit them with my sword.
Like, but then he said, no, I want to see what happens. And he said, no, if this was Captain Syndulla, which I love how he says her name,
Syndulla.
we wouldn't even have these many people left alive. So I want to see who it is who's with Ezra Bridger. He's like, Ezra Bridger, the Jedi. And he's like, oh my God. And then he goes, and it's like, and then blah, 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 this was disabled so fast. It's the Mandalorian. I was like, oh my God, but they're going to try and capture her to make her recreate the weapon. Oh my God, please, no, Sabine. Oh my God.
Yeah, I love the way he pronounces everything. I would want him to,
me too.
I would want him to be my GPS, honestly. It'd be a very creepy GPS, but I would want it.
Yeah.
From a GPS.
Oh, right, and Ezra, like, waves to him when he falls off the box.
Hi, Thrawn.
And Thrawn is just, like, fascinating as he continues to fight her. It's just like, it's the best reaction so far of anyone to Ezra, like, waving at them.
Yeah.
He's done it every week so far.
Yeah. He's been like,
great. And Sabine is always there right next to him going, what the hell are you doing? It's like, stop that. What are you doing?
Oh, right, because he waved at the guys on the satellite dish, too.
Yeah, and he waved at Hera on the Ghost.
It's like, no. It's like, no.
It's like a new thing. I'm saying hi to people. It's like, that's... you just keep that up.
Oh, God. I may not have always loved Ezra, but this season he's just...
Yeah, he's been funny.
A+. But yeah, I'm really glad that Sabine figured out that they were going to use the kill switch, because she would have just
yeah.
They would have been in orbit.
I mean, I knew, luckily, that they were going to blow it up with the kill switch, because it's way too expensive.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They need the data from it.
Just detach the wings.
Yeah, which is...
They waited a little bit, and then Thrawn's like to Governor Price, yeah, go ahead now. And they're like, Sabine's like, land, we're gonna freaking crash! Ah!
Yeah. Which, I know we were talking about how she might have gotten demoted, but she hasn't. She's still governor.
No.
Surprised, because I thought Thrawn would be very disappointed in her, but...
Yeah, no. I guess not.
It's not that disappointing.
But you know what? I mean, she was ready for those prototypes or whatever. She had, like... I mean, she had the testing. It seemed like she was in charge of the overlook of all of that with those guys.
Yeah.
So, he gave her that credit in the sense of like, I want to try a social experiment, but like when I tell you this is what I want you to do, and she was ready to do it. So he does have trust in her for that because he had everything organized. She said, listen, it doesn't really matter if they take off or they do whatever. They can't go up in hyperspace because it's, everything's locked down. It doesn't matter. So I think she still knows what she's doing, and for that alone, it doesn't matter that whatever might have befallen her before. It's like he knows that she's a good officer, so that's fine.
So, obviously something's going to stop them from mass producing this thing.
Yeah.
Because
yes,
we don't see it
we've
ever.
never seen things.
Technically...
but we're going to see a TIE silencer in The Last Jedi, so like, let's fast forward like a lot of years.
The only thing I was going to say is
Kidding.
There were defenders, I mean, not in the movie, but there were defenders at the Battle of Endor. They were supposed to be there, just like kind of the B-Wings were supposed to be there. We just never saw them because, animation budget, whatever.
Yeah. But were they these defenders?
Technically, I don't know, because...
Oh, okay.
We've never seen them, so I don't know what kind of defender. I mean, in any other source where there were defenders mentioned, it's not canon anymore.
Yeah.
And these defenders still don't match the old defenders from the old canon yet. It's still not the same, because those had ion cannons in its top. It didn't have guns up top, it had ion cannons up there.
Okay.
So it's still not that defender. So I don't know what is going to happen, but my thought is they're not leaving Lothal for a while, and they're probably going to have to take that factory out because they are screwed if they don't.
Yeah. Well, either way, they get away with the computer, and they get away with the hyperdrive that they hid.
That's going to be for...
That thing is huge.
That's going to be for Ryder's
It is huge.
Yeah.
Which, did you guys notice Ryder's U-Wing is missing the top two engines?
I did not notice, no.
Yeah, it's missing its top two
No, you
engines.
noticed that. I would not notice that.
Weird, right? I mean, I guess because he's not flying in space with it, he doesn't need them.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was interesting. He's missing those two engines. I was like... Because they keep saying it's a U-Wing. I'm like, but the U-Wing has 4. Because most Rebel ships, they have the stack of 2. And I'm like, that... I had to look at my Lego toy. I was like, no, there are 4.
It's
What
not
happened?
correct. That's how you know it's right, if your Legos match up.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that they're shoving the U-Wing into everything now. It's like, look, see, there were U-Wings. We just...
Believe us.
I don't know what happened before the whole Death Star thing, but there were U-Wings.
They're there. Just believe that they're there.
Yeah.
They're there.
Well, I believe now, to be fair.
Because it's like, I want to think that someone bombed their airfield and only blew up all the U-Wings that they had, and they just never bothered to make any more.
That's definitely a thing.
I just want that to be what
it.
happened. Because it makes no sense.
So they get back to the rest of the group, and Sabine has no memory of the wolf.
Oh my god,
And
yes!
I'm not sure everybody believes Ezra, but Kanan does.
Kanan does, of course he does. He's like, I believe you. I was like, yeah, he should and he would.
Yeah.
And they're like, how'd you make such good time? Blah, 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 blah. I was like,
We rode on the back of a wolf, which was
I was like, the
cool.
giant wolf gave us a ride! You don't
That was
understand.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think Filoni said...
Well, he kept seeing it, and then it came up to him, and he's like, okay.
You're
It's
huge.
like, alright,
It's a big boy.
can you help me out?
I
like-
believe Filoni said initially Ahsoka was supposed to be involved with those wolves.
Yeah.
But he never got to
Yes.
do it. So there's artwork
No.
of her with the wolf.
Oh.
Freaked me the fuck out because he's done little sketches though. There's a sketch of Ahsoka mounted on a giant wolf. Same. So I was like, but like they show the wolf and then there's this little thing that's starting to crawl on top and I see this first and I was like, but it's a loft cat. I was like, oh, I thought for a second it was Ahsoka with her Leku like showing first. I was like, oh my god! And I was like, no, not yet. It's too
No.
soon. It's gonna happen at all.
Just
But
the
it
white
got
wolf
me
cat.
excited. I was like, oh! So. But he's drawn a couple of sketches of her mounted on a wolf, for
Yeah.
sure. Oh.
So yeah, and at the bottom of my notes is just all caps, wow. Because that was a fucking hell of a way to end that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Oh.
And these two episodes, this was so far the first week where I've been like, they could have split this up. Like,
I'm glad they didn't, but
yes.
they could have, yeah.
Because my notes are like twice as long as they've been this entire season.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they could have split this up and it wouldn't have felt like not enough.
Right.
But, yeah.
And next week is still another double episode.
Yep,
so
they're
we're
keeping
not-
this
we're
train
not
rolling.
stopping.
No, we're not.
Yes. They're just getting stuff done. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, so we got episodes 7 and 8, Kindred and Crawler commanders tracked back to their hidden base by a mysterious Imperial agent.
Rook.
The rebels must trust some seemingly dangerous native creatures who are far more than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how scary Rook is?
Tell me.
He's Thrawn's personal assassin.
Cool!
Ooh, that sounds like fun. I like
That's
it.
from the extended
That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's
canon
do
universe,
it.
non-canon universe.
Yeah. He was there.
Oh my
I'm
god, that
glad
sounds
he's
like so
back.
much fun though. I like that.
Because Rook's cool.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah. He's gonna be a good villain, and I don't know if I should say.
Maybe
Because
not.
it's old canon, so it might
might
not
not,
apply, but
yeah,
it might
but it might
absolutely apply.
Yeah.
So I might wait till later
Yeah, let's wait.
to see if
I think that's for
see
the
if it
best.
actually happens, but we'll see.
Yeah. I hope we get more of the puppy. And Force-sensitive creatures like him, because those... Consistently, they've been my favorite, like, parts of these cartoons.
Yeah.
Has just
Just
been...
exploring the Force.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was gonna say there's only so much that we know about the Force, and going forward, again, I know I keep bringing it up, but in The Last Jedi, I think they're gonna try to expand on light, dark, and what that means and what it can mean.
They
So I
need
like
to.
the idea that here we're going to expand upon the fact that, I mean, we're always saying it's, it embodies everything and like, nature, creatures. What is it really? So I like that idea that it's not just within people or,
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, and we gotta get over this black and white
Right.
view of the
Which
Force.
is why I think it's really cool. I think that's what they're gonna specifically address in The Last Jedi, and I cannot wait for that, because they're gonna be like, it can't be just like this and this. It's not gonna work out. If we keep doing this and this, we're gonna keep having a problem every couple of millennia, so we cannot keep doing that.
Yeah.
What can we do to change that? Let's fix it. So yeah.
Hooray, Jedi!
I mean, basically, as long as there's a
Yay!
Skywalker
No, I'm all
alive,
about the
someone's going to do
Jedi.
something
I'm all
stupid. It's basically what's happening.
Yeah.
John, the Skywalkers are not the only
Kinda
ones
ruined
to ever...
everything, I know.
Well, they kind of
They
ruined everything.
episode 9, the Skywalkers fucked it up again. That's what it is gonna be.
But it's not...
No. But I have faith. I have faith. So
Yeah.
I have faith.
People were fucking it up long before the Skywalkers came
Next
around.
kid who's named Skywalker's just getting a bullet in the head when they're born. Like, oh, Skywalker, huh? Bang!
Oh,
Try again.
try again.
Try again.
Maybe the
Wrong.
midichlorians will give you a baby. I don't fucking know.
No. But this is why, again, we're getting off topic here. This is why I really believe that Rey is a Kenobi, because I'm like, who in the hell would else clean up all this fucking Skywalker mess?
Yeah, who
Who
would
is going to
slap
have to deal with
upside the
Luke,
head?
get off my lawn, Skywalker, and Kylo Ren? Yes, a fucking Kenobi. Because that's what they do, and they clean up a Skywalker's mess. Hello. Jesus.
Luke, get off my lawn.
That's what's
What do you think
happening.
he's
That's
doing
what's
up there?
happening.
Oh, that's so funny.
So Kanan's probably like right behind him, like, who's on our lawn? Someone on our
I
lawn?
can't see.
What's going on? Especially, and Ahsoka too.
Very
is just,
old.
you know what? Excuse me. You know what? I knew your grandfather. Like, no. Stop it.
Guy's
Just
a tool.
No.
Cut it out.
Let's roll.
Just cut it out right now. I
My
knew
swords
this.
are gray. They're cooler looking than yours.
No. Stop it.
All right. Sam, where can we find you? That's it for this week.
That's it. That's the end. Okay, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at LikeLeia. Woohoo!
John, where can people find
Okay.
you?
You can find me not spoiling anything about Rook at No More on Twitter.
Definitely not doing that though. You can find me at Cleomoto, and you can find all of us at Twitter. On Twitter.
Gmail, Google Plus.
Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah.
ASOTV Podcast, and now on Twitch. Go follow us on Twitch because next week will be where everything is. It'll all be on Twitch.
Good riddance. Bye, YouTube. We
Well,
won't
no,
miss you.
we're not abandoning YouTube. That's where
We're
the VODs are
abandoning
going. We're not. We're abandoning doing live YouTube. But
We're abandoning
you
YouTube.
can find us on YouTube. We'll
amazing.
still be there.
It's never gonna be
They'll be
on
on-
again.
Come chat with us on Twitch.
Okay.
ASOTV